Hey friends, hey fellow YouTubers and followers, I appreciate it. My name is Theo Williams, and we are here live on Sunday for Sunday Sit Down. Yay! All right, I'm finally back. I took a little break off of Sunday Sit Downs because I was feeling a little bit under the weather. A lot of things happening, going on, putting in kind of outrageous hours at work and what have you. So there's that, and I'm just starting to get back in the swing of things. I did record a couple quick live video money motivational videos, just kind of tell you where I'm at and where I'm going. Um, but yeah, I'm here. We're live. So let's get right into it. We're well into Inktober. My camera setup in general today is pretty wonky. It's not a normal setup for me. I'm actually literally, I hate that word, by the way. A lot of people use it. And it just is a little obnoxious, I think. But sometimes it's worth the use. But yeah, just I got my LED pad under my sketch, or I got my rough draft sketch on my LED pad and my sketchbook over that, and I got my camera set up right above me with my light set up right over that, so it's kind of just all over the place. But let's get right into this Inktober drawing. I set this up in hopes that it would fit, and it looks like it's just about to fit on the other half of previous Inktober drawing, and we're getting a little bit of shadow, but we're just kind of working through this, so I think we'll be okay. All right, let's go ahead and turn on some spooky Halloween music, just 'cause. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but we'll just do that. Uh, yeah. So somebody last week had mentioned if I draw from reference, and I think all artists draw somewhat from reference. You know, um, my drawing for reference might be a little bit different than what you might think, and that's what I kind of put in his comment. I reference clothes, weapons, equipment, cars, things with heavy detail. And then the person commenting left a message about something about sketches, and obviously I'm not sure if they've actually seen some of my other videos, but you guys all know that I have sketchbook tours. I'm still working on putting those out off and on. I haven't had one out for a while. The last one I'm planning on, or the last one I planned to put out, I didn't put out. I'm still not sure if I'm going to, because there's a lot of research, I guess, involved with that. You know, when we're drawing and you're sketching, that's just it. Sketches are made to be fun. pretty loose. That's what Inktober is. It's fun, loose. So just having fun with it. So today's prompt is gift. Those of you that don't know what Inktober is, and there's still quite a few artists and creators out there that still um, don't really follow Inktober very well. I actually talked to somebody, an artist, uh, friend, acquaintance of mine, and about a month ago, right as Inktober was starting, or getting ready to start, and they didn't quite know what it was. So let's kind of briefly touch on that. Those of you that don't know, Inktober is just that. It's pretty much ink. Was created by Jake Parker. It's pretty much creating inking every day in October. Um, and it was created just to kind of help the imagination, the flow, and work on, line work, which we all struggle with from time to time. Um, Today I'm starting out with a Micron .01 ink pen. I love Micron pens as opposed to Sharpies or any other pens. Some of you that follow me have seen me use a Uniball pen, ink pen. But the trouble with that particular pen, it does flow well and work well, but it actually does smear a little bit, especially if I'm using other forms of ink. I do occasionally use alcohol markers, and if I'm using that Uniball, the alcohol tends to cause the ink to smear and smudge, and that's always no good. So when I was thinking about gift, you try to think of some of this stuff in the sense of not the normal, not the original. So I haven't seen the Marvel series that's out. It's called The Gifted, but when I was thinking about gift, I was thinking about that is just kind of a power or energy is granted to people. So I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, I'm just finally getting over a cold that I had been carrying with me, cold cough, just general bad feelings and bad vibes that I was getting for a while. I'm feeling better now, back in the swing of things, working my tail off, and I didn't take off any time from work as I was sick, but sure didn't feel 100%, that's for sure. Today I've recorded a couple live streams earlier on Facebook and Instagram. Also recorded and posted something to my Patreon page, so kind of giving a shout out to Mermaid Vlogs, and kind of working on an image for her that I wanted to kind of help cross promote each other for her. I think it's working out well, so big kudos to her for letting me kind of do that and work with her, so appreciate that. But yeah, I got working on a few things. The main thing is, as of note, is the image that I did state for my live streams earlier. Um, it's a free image. Like I said, it's being cross promoted, so it's I'm kind of giving a little bit of extra love there, not charging for that commission, but I also am working on a portrait commission that I did start today for a fellow employee. That started out well. The first initial outline started well, so I'm well on my way to getting that going. For today's live stream, I did debate on whether to work on one of my fantasy illustrations or this particular illustration. I am kind of thinking, and I gave thought, and I believe I did mention it on my last live stream, that I do plan on doing some fantasy art for a major publication to submit for review in January. So that's exciting. I just need to get after it, basically. But I'll be looking for some of those illustrations here in the upcoming future. I don't know if I'm going to submit the dragon or not. That's a large possibility, but I have a couple other designs in mind that I may be working as well. So it's just going to be kind of hit and miss there. I feel I follow a wide range of artists and have a wide fan kind of fan base, or I don't know how you would say it, but I enjoy I enjoy art in general. I've been following, as you guys know, One Fantastic Week with Pete Moorbacher and Sam Flegel, and I really enjoy their and Kerry Leonard's style of fantasy art. All that art that comes out of Muddy Colors and kind of all in the spectrum range of enjoyment with that art. So we'll see. We'll see what develops and comes up. One thing about Inktober is, everything for me is very loose. Try not to keep a lot of thought to it because it is just a quick sketch for the most part. I do the first kind of rough draft sketch, which you kind of see um, under this image, right here. I do that kind of quickly, maybe 5 minutes, if that, the night before. And then, to keep up with the whole flow and the sense of Inktober, and just to make sure I have time to post it, I spend about 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the morning um, drawing image out, take a quick picture of it before work, and then at work I have an editing app, a picture editing app on my phone called InShot. Just throw the image on there, do my contrast adjustments, and kind of sharpening the image up a little bit, and whatnot, and what have you, and then I just have a few cross posting platform. Obviously you can do that cross posting on Instagram, so I do that, and put it out there, and that's how it gets out to you guys. Obviously if I don't feel it, I've been lucky actually, because I haven't had to wait uh, that much. There was a couple times where I thought, oh well, maybe I'll wait until I get back home, and kind of touch up the drawing or image a little bit before I post it. Um, but luckily, I've just kind of gotten things done, so it's a good thing. So I've done most of the outline work. Right now, I'm going to kind of grab a brush and some Shumi ink, Japanese ink company, and just kind of go to it and put a little bit of Kirby Crackle on this thing. Those of you guys that don't know what Kirby Crackle is, well, look it up. But we all know Jack Kirby is an amazing comic book artist. I've been following his work forever and a day. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us, but his legend still lives on in the minds and hearts and minds of all comic book artists, uh, from the past to the future. You know, Artists are going to be following him forever. He's just he did amazing work, created amazing characters and images for all kinds of comic books, including Marvel and DC, but just a legend, just a legend. I'm glad his grandson kind of works and shares his tradition. Let's zoom in a little bit more, huh? Okay. Try to move this up a little bit. So, I talked about movies a little bit, and I enjoy I enjoy a good film, uh, like the next guy. Um, I guess the new Halloween movie is out. Um, I did want to get an opportunity to see it. Those of you guys that have been following my Inktober illustrations know I did post an image of Michael Myers a short time ago, and I did that for the prompt chop. Um, so how was that movie? Is it worth going to see? Um, no, I probably won't go see it in the theater because my significant other Jesse does not care for those types of films. Um, I personally don't care for some of them. I don't like mindless horror films. Just endless blood and gore. It's just not my bag. But if it's put together well, um, which most of the Halloween films have been, and whatnot. Halloween, Psycho, Jaws, stuff stuff like that is worth seeing. You know, but what do you guys think? I think I'd draw the line on some of the older Jason movies or some of the older Freddy movies. Those are just you know they started getting to be pretty ridiculous. Uh, but the first two Jason movies I enjoyed. I actually saw the second Jason movie when I was fairly young, and I remember being scared to death when he jumped out of the water, and grabbed the boat. You know, and just Freddy. That was that was just pretty rough, pretty intense for the most part in the beginning of the movies. After a while, you knew what was going to happen, what was going on. Yeah, that's the thing about ink, you know. Make those little mistakes and you can't get rid of them. I'm gonna worry about it too much. So those of you guys that don't know, and I did mention the alcohol markers I'm using. These are toned Winsor and Newton brush markers. They come in a wide variety. This one is CG2. I actually meant to grab this other one. It's really light. This is WG1. Uh, really started to enjoy using these guys. And it's kind of going over just to give a slight hint of shadow. Not very much. This mage at the bottom, though, I'm not sure about this guy. All right, we're about to kind of bring this guy to a close. This video is going on, looks like 36 minutes right now, so it's getting fairly long. And I'm kind of winding down, finishing up this drawing. I appreciate you following on me, or I like always. I appreciate you guys following along on our journey to become better artists and better creators. Uh, Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and follow me on all my other social media at Instagram. If you would like to see all my Inktober drawings, those are there on Instagram. I also will be making a short or shorter sketchbook tour once Inktober is over here in a couple days. It might take me a couple weeks to get that video out to you guys, but I will definitely do that because I do enjoy that. I have my Facebook page at UArt, and also Patreon. For those Patreons, please help support me on Patreon at UArt as well. Like always, much love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Uh, Take care.